You're listening to GWFM. Hello there, humans! I go by your friend Grace, and welcome to GWFM, a series of interviews from my world about the world. Today, I am joined by Zach Vaz.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, yes, Zach Vaz. Yeah, you did.
Yes, we know each other long enough. Zach Vaz.
I'd hope, you know.
Yeah, who is an artist, producer, engineer, basically all of the above. We've known each other for, I would say, around a year, and since then,
it's got to be like 2 now, right? Or like 1.5.
Well, I feel like I kind of met everyone in like February of 2022, so I guess it's a little bit over a year.
It's a year and a half.
But, yeah, so we've definitely, we've had a lot of musical kind of milestones, especially fairly recently, and I'm super excited to have him on GWFM to just talk and learn more about Zach's world. So thank you so much, Zach, for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'd like to think that like we're in very similar like scenes, and we have like similar like ideas musically. So I feel like, because I've known people for like 2-3 years, like through Discord, you know, the way we met, but I don't think I've like connected in the same way as I have with them, that I have with you. Cause like, again, like I've been mixing and mastering like your stuff for not all of it, but like we've been in close proximity to each other. So that's special.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And right off of Chicago trip as well. That was definitely an experience. For context, we were just in Chi-Town. Is that what they call it? We just hit up Chi-Town.
You were in Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Is that a thing?
That's not a shit. I think there's a show called Southside, and there's like this police officer that's trying to make it a thing. It's an amazing show. Shout out Southside.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, yeah.
Cool,
it's probably on Max. It's not called HBO anymore. I don't like that. It's Max.
I have to check that out. So a question that I kind of oh my goodness. We need to get into Zach's world for Zach's world for a second. So if you listen to previous episodes, I don't necessarily know the order of how these are going to come out, but if there are previous episodes before this, then you will know that we ask all of our guests here on GWFM what their worlds are like. So I'm going to recite what Zach's world is. Zach's world is cozy, motivated, and earth-toned, which I like. I like earth-toned because I think thus far we've gotten some adjectives here and there, but this is kind of more broad. It can kind of be taken in a multitude of ways.
I was really trying to be quirky here. No, I mean, I feel like I need to have like a color or something because you've got like such a specific like color aesthetic. So I was like, oh well, I've got to be the balance here. You know?
Right. No, I definitely do associate you with earth tones as well. Just like in general, I feel like even with like past releases and stuff, I feel like we're quite visual creatures. So to have like a color associated with
For
you
sure.
is
Yeah.
like huge for the identity, you know? So yeah, I like earth tones too.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so the other question I was gonna get into, before we get into the real questions. So, Zach, how are you today? And don't lie.
Don't lie. Honestly, well, I
Because
was kind
people lie on that question.
oh, I'm doing so amazing. I've never been better. No,
Yeah.
I've been okay. I've been hanging out with my partner's dogs, and
Yeah.
because she's away on a trip right now. So
Mhm.
they've been nice. They're a little clingy, but not in like a bad way. It's just like if I
Aw.
need to go to the bathroom, they start walking after me, and I'm like,
They're
no,
like
it's
they're
okay.
like, "We didn't know we were going to the bathroom."
Right? It's just me and the girls, you know.
They're like, "Oh, let us know. Let us know next time."
Like
Yeah.
you need a holding hand or something like that,
Yes,
some
yes. So,
support. Yeah.
would you say that the animal vibes is like bringing you a good energy?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've definitely
Mhm.
been around like positive.
Yeah.
They're nice
I'm about
animals. They're
animals.
nice. They're nice. They're
Yeah.
dogs as well. So I mean,
Mhm.
like I don't know. I actually, you know what? I've had like good experiences with cats. I wasn't gonna trash cats. I know you have
Oof.
Luna. You have Luna, right?
Oof,
Yeah.
that would have been a different that would have been a whole
Oh,
different
interview
avenue.
over. It's done.
Yeah, no, it's like, listen, I can, people can have, their what they like and what they don't like, but yeah, with
But
with cats,
you can't not like cats in front of you.
it's,
In Grace's world.
special place in my heart. Okay, so first question is pretty general. How did you start in music? And then there's like it's kind of like a two-faced question. How did you start in music, and how is it similar or different to what you're doing now in music? If that makes sense.
Oh, you know what? I haven't thought about this in a while actually, but I started
Mm.
music. I think actually like playing it
Mhm.
when I was in like middle school or like towards the end of middle school. Um,
Okay.
there was a band that was I think a year ahead, like above me, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I can kind of sing. I can do background vocals or something like that. Like I was like, I
Mm,
knew I could like sing, but I wasn't like, I don't want to be the main guy, but I want
I
to be
see. Right.
behind the main guy, you know? And they
Mhm.
were like, well, we don't have anyone, so you're gonna do lead vocals.
Ah.
Because I could hold a note, you know,
Mhm.
like I
Yeah.
wasn't completely dog, so they're like, yeah, you're fine. Um,
Mhm.
and we ended up doing like Blink 182, some 41, like pop punk, like songs, like
Ew.
early 2000s
Mhm.
type stuff. But then we lost our guitarist. He's alive. He's like
Right. Okay.
we didn't like lose, you know.
Right. Right. Right.
But he's
He's here. Yep.
he's around.
Mhm.
But I think he like changed schools, so they're like, okay, you got to learn how to play guitar. And I already was. I think that was the good thing about like that point in time was
Mhm.
the people that were in my band. They'd all like we'd swap instruments every so often, like
Okay.
during practices because we get bored. So I was already learning. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that's how I started playing guitar. So I must have been like 14,
Wow. Okay.
14 when I first started, and then
Mhm.
but that was all with the purpose of playing like live because it was like more
Yeah.
rock and
Okay.
stuff. And now I've kind of come back to that because I've taken my producer artist journey a little bit, and now I've kind of
Mhm.
like stepped away and done like live
Mhm.
shows, but like it's different because it's like
Mhm.
I obviously have the performing side. You've seen that where we made
Yeah,
that
I
whole
have like a little question that just popped in my head that I've just
yeah.
been wondering. I'm like, how do you like I'm like, you play so many shows. Like for everyone listening, like you do so many gigs. Like it's actually like it's amazing. I was
Thank
just
you.
wondering, I'm like, do you just memorize all of like your, because even at the book club gig
All
that we
right,
recently
yeah.
did, I was like, you were on for like multiple acts. So it's like, do you have stuff like written like in front of you, or is it just all memory, or?
Oh, it's all memory. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, it
okay.
has to be. I'm trying to think. Is there an easy way to explain what I do? Not really. Like, I think I just have to like. I think it also helps that the other band that I played with for that show, I've been playing with
Yeah.
for about a year, and the set
Yeah.
hasn't changed like a huge amount. Like, if someone were to give me like sheet music, I'd be screwed. Like
Okay.
for because they do that for like musicals and all other shit. You know, it's like
Right.
all like we're sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear. I don't
No,
know if I
yeah,
just
you're
ruined
good. You're
Grace
good. You're
World,
good.
but
Yeah. Wait. Wait. Yeah. Yes.
it's okay.
You're good.
Um, but yeah, I just memorize and then because okay, for me, like I think about songs as numbers, in like a chord progression, and I'm like, oh, okay, I know if I can do a
Mhm.
2, I can also do a 4, but then I also have to think about the next chord. This
Mhm.
is sounding a lot more complicated than it really
Yeah,
is.
me trying to
Yeah.
absorb, like, not classically, like, or I'm not trained in instruments at all, so
Or
it's
yeah, it's theory.
mm.
Everyone's like music theory so dumb, and I mean, I get it. I get
No,
it. It's
yeah,
but
it's good to, like, know, to have, like, that knowledge, that understanding.
I think
I feel like
the biggest difference for me is like if I'm writing something and then I'm like
mm,
I don't think about music theory when I'm writing initially, but if I'm like these two chords or this progression works together and I'm like,
mhm,
"Oh, this is actually what it is." Like
okay,
after the fact, I'm like, "Okay, this is what I'm doing in like a technical
right,
thing." But if you're trying to find something, you have to go off vibe. Like you can't just be like
mhm,
mathematical about
yeah,
it, you know.
yep,
Or there's
I
no
see.
feeling.
I see. So would you say that, so how you started, when you were young playing in bands, would you say that that's similar to what you're doing now?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, genre wise and like experience wise,
Mhm,
it's very different. But I think just like
mhm.
the fact that you're getting on stage,
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
that's
say,
the
'cause
biggest thing. You know.
you genre bend, like, all the time in terms of, like, who you play with, which
Mm.
is, like, another I feel like that's, like, another superpower in itself, because I feel like that versatility can really, like, help you out, especially in the future, like, where you're needed, you can kind of fill. Because like, even take, like, my sound with, like, and you play with Ugly Nate as well,
Yes, yeah.
correct?
Shout out. Yeah,
So, yeah, like, Ugly Nate, or even, like, King Melik,
yeah. King Malik. Yeah.
all King Malik, all of those sounds are, like, widely different. So that's another thing. It's like, do you feel like you, like, say at book club, you got off one performance and then you have to, like, put on a different hat. You're like, all right. Like, how do you, like, vibe out when you're playing? Like, do you have any, like, go-to things that you do, like, while you're playing?
Um, Not really. I mean, I think the
Mhm.
only thing I can say that I've
Mhm.
said to other people that I played with is that like I think to myself that this isn't the last gig. I think a lot of
Mm.
times like people psych themselves out and get very nervous because they're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I can't fuck this up. I can't
Yeah,
fuck this
yeah,
up in
yeah.
front of everyone." And then it's like
Yeah.
it's not the biggest deal, you know. I mean, there's always going
Mhm.
to be more things to do, especially like if you are if your passion is to be like a musician or an artist, like
Yeah.
this first step that you're taking to playing live is not going to be the
Mhm.
last thing or the only thing that people remember, because really the best
Right.
also the other thing is like when you get off stage, what's the worst thing that someone's going to say to you? It was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's all right, it's cool.
Mhm.
And then the best thing is like, oh, it was cool. Like they're not going to be able to tell you like, oh, you
Right.
fucked with this in this part of the
Mhm.
process or whatever, or you did yeah, you flubbed or something like that. No one's going to be able to say that because they don't know the songs like that. And even if they do,
Right.
I think they're kind of an asshole if they do that. That's the other thing.
Yeah, or even, like, it's almost kind of like in the grand scheme of a performance, because obviously at the end of the day, our attention spans are quite short, and we like to
Right.
think that we remember everything, but we really don't. And it's like, say if you have some sort of issue that comes up, even taking me for example, like, I was very ill in Chicago,
Sure.
and, you know sorry?
You were a trooper.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But it's like it's almost like how do you kind of take the little things that come up and still kind of follow through? I feel like the following through is what people ultimately remember from any type of performance or even just like putting yourself out there musically in any way. It's like it's a very brave thing. So I feel like so long as say something doesn't go completely to plan, so long as you stick it out, I feel like people will commend you for that. And it definitely does motivate you for like the next time, like you said, like there will be a next time, like so long as we're breathing and living and the passion is there, like there will be next times. And I feel like, you know, if anything, it motivates you more. So I definitely agree with you on that. Went off on a tangent, but
no,
I
I
feel
mean
like
you're right. As long as you're not dead, I guess there will be another performance. You know?
yeah, I feel like that pretty much covers the first question.
Sure.
So yeah, thank you for that. Second question, who is the most influential person or people in your world? And it doesn't necessarily have to be music related, I guess just in this universe, you know, who kind of provides you with the perspective or motivation when you need it or anything like that.
It's gotta be Grace. She's just like she's just like such an insane person, you know. She really motivates me. You do motivate me, actually. I do.
Dang.
I think
Really?
your sound again is very specific and it gels really well with like what I think is really amazing, which tends
I
to like
appreciate
lean more R&B, more experimental. Well, also I think you do get out of your genre. The new song you sent me was really fucking good because I've been listening to this. Isn't really a spoiler on like how it sounds, but like maybe it is. But like I've been listening to what's it called, Everything But the Girl, and that's like a very like it's like a '90s break beat kind of thing. But then like the drums are so crisp, they're not necessarily what you think of like jungle beats and stuff. But you have that for the drums. It has the same vibe, and I'm like, oh, point of reference. Like this is pulling from something else, and then I get like really, like when the 808s come in, it's like, oh shit, this is we're getting lit. You know, we're getting lit. It's we're getting cozy. Yeah. Is cozy lit? Yeah, no, cozy is cozy is lit.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Other people.
Yeah, I was like,
you know, it's just Grace. That's it. No. So I'm in another band called Crawling Vines, and Jack inspires me a lot. Like as a person, like he's incredible. Like he's an amazing student. I don't know how he's able to keep that up like all the time.
Did you guys meet in school?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, we were both in the Steel Pan. What's it called? Ensemble, and that's like from Trinidad and Tobago. It's a beautiful instrument.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we met in there because that filled up like a requirement for our classes, and it was, and we didn't talk the whole semester, but there was like one or two times where we like commented on each other's clothes. I'm like, oh, I like that. Like, I like that golf wang sweater.
Yeah, I like your fit.
Thanks, man. And then for the actual like final performance, we actually exchanged like Spotify's and Instagrams, and we actually got to talking. And then so we started a band, Boxcar, and that was great. He was on bass, I was on guitar, and now I'm playing. Now it's like inverse, and we do shows in the city now. And yeah, his attitude, like I feel like we're the same type of person. We're both like I don't know. I think we see the world in very similar ways.
Are y'all both Leos?
I don't think he's a Leo. Oh, that's pretty bad. I don't even know if I know his birthday.
Yeah, I'm like,
yikes. I'm saying like I'm saying all these things about Jack. I don't even know his birthday. That's wild. Shit, did I put it? It might be down in my calendar. It's probably not. But he's an amazing. He's got an amazing ear. He just showed me a song like yesterday when we were practicing. He has such a good ear for production and just like songwriting in general. So yeah, he really inspires me. And my partner as well. Lexi's amazing.
Yes.
I have to put that there, or she's gonna kill. I mean, that's not really why I'm saying this. But she does. She's a really positive force in my life, and that is why I feel so motivated to do what I'm doing, because I also think she has a critical eye. So if I was not in a good place, or I shouldn't be doing music at all, she would tell me.
Right.
She was like, maybe don't. This isn't your
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Maybe
The kind of intuitive sense. No, that's really that's amazing that you got, you have these people that keep you, enlightened and inspired. Yeah, so third question, I believe. If you could collab with anyone in the world on anything, who and what would it be? And it doesn't have to be music. So I think I said to Two-Face, you could collab with someone on I said a flash mob troupe. I'm like, do those even exist?
What?
I was pulling examples. I was like, basically, I'm trying to get the point across that it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, I want this person to produce for me, or I want this person to write for me. It could be like anything. Like you could, go on skiing trips with someone that you just think is really cool.
That's a pretty sick collab. I'm not
just collabs in life and in the world. Yep.
Sure. Well, initially when you said like, not necessarily with music, like maybe some sort of video. I'm trying to think of like a video. If I got Wes Anderson to direct the music video, that would be insane. I don't know. It would need to be a really good song though. I don't think he does that kind.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I watched Oppenheimer recently. I'd probably collab with Ludwig Göransson. He's like the
he did the score, right?
He did the score. So I mean, like I think just like learning from him in general, because he's super fucking versatile. Like he's worked with Beyonce, like Childish Gambino. I think just being like an intern in his studio when he's producing would be amazing, or just like learning how he engineers and like just spending time, I guess, like with to
be in that room.
Exactly, dude. Just
everything in. Yeah. The work, the sounds, the smell. Why do I want to say smells?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, actually, okay. Just take everything in. I see what you're saying.
Is this YSL? That's crazy. I'm gonna do aroma.
LOLs. Okay.
I don't use YSL. I was trying to think of a cologne. I like Lacoste personally.
Yeah.
That shit goes up.
It's the one that like a lot of, well, I don't know. I feel like there's one cologne that like a lot of people use.
Really? I know some girls' cologne. There's like all the ones that are like by Rem Beauty. Oh, I don't even know if we should talk about
REM, yeah. But I never tried it personally. I'm trying to think of the cologne. Oh, it's by Dior or something.
Dior?
Like that. I don't even know. Dior. Oh man, something from I don't even know. Anyway, well, I'll look into it after this. Yeah. So very good answer. I would love to see that.
Yeah. Let's go.
And yeah, I think I've reached the end. Feels like we just started, but I reached the end. And
we done?
Yeah. We could leave room for tangent. I said this to Two-Face as well. We could leave room for tangent. Any current plans. But so the last question is, any final words? Final words sounds very any final words or shout outs that you would like to plug in?
It's like my last meal.
GWFM. Yeah, facts.
I'm done. Have you seen that show?
Is it a show or is it
on YouTube? It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. I think did Post Malone do it recently? Yeah, because I think I saw that this morning.
There's a lot of people who've done it, like Tom Hanks. Like I started looking through popular like videos on there. Shout out.
Yeah, I gotta look into that.
You gotta start adding food to your show, man. Like that's the one way to get up.
Yeah, I'm trying to be on Hot Ones.
Trying to be on. I mean, the writer actor strike is happening. So I mean, you got a better chance now, technically.
Right. You got no.
I'm trying to see Haley Williams on that personally.
On Hot Ones, she hasn't gone on.
She has not gone on. Well, get all of Paramore on there.
Yeah, get them on there.
what are my plans and who do I want to shout out?
Mhm.
I want to shout out all the people that showed up to your show or
Yeah.
our show.
Mhm.
Monet, Amanda, Hannah and Amanda have been stuck in my head, bro. Like,
because of that song. I see.
They've been on my mind, dude. They were just so off. They're cool. Shout out
Amanda, Hannah going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh
Shout out
I
BOC,
love how I've looped them into my musical world. And
I think that works.
I've ultimately forced them to connect with all of my music friends, and I love that.
They're now canon in Grace's world.
Yes.
They're now canon.
I love that. Anyway.
Shout out Lucas by name. Shout out Noah. Shout out Crawling Vines, Jack, Josh, Kelton, Owen. I'm gonna have to name everyone. Now there's gonna be like infighting if I don't. All of Ugly Nate, Cole's my guy, Jab, Matthew.
I wanted to see Ugly Nate.
Yeah,
That's why I gotta go back.
You gotta come back. Yeah, what was that message that you sent? That ominous
I said I don't want to say it a point in time.
I don't want to put it on the record. You know,
just hold you accountable. Setting intention into the universe.
Yeah. What are my plans? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna keep doing live shows. I'm figuring out my sound for what I want to put out next. Because I've been writing. It's just I don't know if I want to commit to something a little heavier. If I want to be more vibey. I'm feeling a little bit more vibey. The earth tones are coming in. So
we need the album. Where's the album?
Where's
literally?
It's in the.
I've been wondering.
It's at the bottom of like my trash bin.
No, fish it out, dig it out.
Okay, I'll figure it out. Only the best for the public. In my file explorer.
Got you. So yeah, those are the plans.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sounds good. Let's make it happen. Well, we can throw in Tangent, or we can wrap it up here, but I'll do the little outro. Thank you so much, Zach, for joining me on this episode of GWFM. We appreciate you so much for being here. We, as in me, because I'm literally the only one.
Well, you didn't have to give it up. I mean,
but yes, and I'm so excited to see all that comes for your future, because it is very, very bright.
That's so again. Oh my god, I didn't deserve that.
No problem, bro. What?
Future is bright.
Yeah, it's so bright. Like,
I trust it when Grace says stuff like that, because she actually like reads the tarot cards and stuff on her close friends story.
Only the
I can't.
Yeah, it's top secret. That's top secret. No. But yeah, I be. No. Anyways,
that's what she does on her close friends story. She pops.
Yeah. Imagine.
That's how you know you've made it, if you've ended up on her close friends story. You're like, oh wow,
like, hey, listen.
And then you're tapping through the.
To y'all listening, one day you might find yourself there. Let me know if y'all want to be added. But anyways, thank you so much again. We will definitely be in touch. Keep an eye on Zach, all that he's up to. I will link all of his socials and everything in the description. And yes, until next time, bye.
Bye. I try to do like a synchronized one where it's like 1, 2, 3. Bye. Okay, well that didn't feel very.
Yeah, that was
genuine.
It was organic. You're listening to GWFM.